Hello everybody and welcome back to Factorio. In today's episode, we're gonna be looking at finally doing military science. Now, this is a research that we have unlocked for quite a while now, but being that the biters are not overly aggressive in default settings, we haven't prioritized it yet. But I think it's about time we prioritize it. We take a look at what's happening there and see how we can automate. So I'm gonna start off by doing the opposite of what we've done for chemical science packs, and that is I'm gonna be placing down the military science assembly machines first. And if we take a quick look here, we can see that we're still producing 2 military science packs per craft, but this only takes 10 seconds as opposed to 24. So that means we'll need just 10 of these. We're gonna have 2 input belts as well because we need 3 resources in total. And I'm gonna be using the same setup that I've used on the left hand side of the belt. So we need to copy this 5 times. Well, we need to copy it 4 times. We need it 5 times in total. That is 5. Let's start putting things down. We don't need those extra belts there. Let's put down the lights and inserters. I'm a bit afraid we're gonna run out of building materials, but we'll see in just a second if that's actually the case. So let's look at what we need for military science. We need piercing rounds, we need grenades, and we need walls. Let's start off with grenades first. So with grenades, if we take a quick look at the recipe, we can see that it's 8-second crafting time. And we need how many? We need 1 grenade per second. That means that we're gonna need to put down 8 grenade assembling machines. So the way we're gonna do this is we're actually gonna use the outer belt here, and we're gonna put down just 2 of them first, just so that we can create a blueprint. We need an extra belt here. 1 input belt is actually enough, just enough for 8 assembling machines. As you can see here, we're gonna need 10 call per second and 5 iron plates per second in total. But because the assembly machine level 2 has a crafting speed of 0.75, that would be 10 call divided by or multiplied by 0.75, which is 7.5, which is exactly half a yellow belt. And we are gonna use fast inserters here, and we don't need fast inserters for output. We are out of power poles though. We seem to be running out of everything these days. I'm gonna put the light over there. Yeah, we need we need 2 power poles, and this line is not right. So that's 4, 6, and 8. Let's put down the power poles. And assembling machines. Now, some of you might have probably already noticed, but we are missing one thing from the belt, and that is, well, obviously, we're missing coal. and this belt will require coal. So one of the next things I'm gonna do is drag a coal line on the main bus. But before I do that, we will need an iron lane going into our other two ingredients. I'm actually gonna tap the third lane here. And the setup is gonna look like this. And I will just drag these two belts for now, because I know for a fact that these two belts are not gonna be used by anything else. This is where the coal is gonna come in. And where is the next available line? The next available line is actually this one. And this is where our coal line needs to be. I really hope I got this well. Yeah, this looks well. And I'm missing that one. So now let's go and get our coal line tapped into the main bus. And then I'm also gonna drag another lane, because for walls we actually need bricks. So we said that this is coal and this is gonna be bricks. Coal should not be too far away. We already have a line of coal running through. It's just here. So what I'm gonna do is put a splitter here. And there we have it. That's coal for us. And this is gonna be our bricks line. And the way we're gonna do that is run that all the way over here. And this needs to go into this one. We finished research. I don't think we have anything important left to research. Well, we do have quite a few important research items in here, but nothing that's immediately important. So let's just queue up whatever's available. We're gonna have a chat about the crucial ones when we get to them. So this is our bricks setup already done. Sorry, this is our grenade setup already done. Now, I did say that it's gonna be a temporary thing that we dragged power poles through here. Let's actually make it temporary. So we need a couple more power poles so that we don't disconnect everything. And now let's talk about the other two ingredients that we need. So we need 2 walls and 1 piercing round magazine. Now, 2 walls per second is a very good ratio for us, because let me 1, 2, 3, 4 make sure we have enough space here. Yeah, looks like we have enough space. I'm actually gonna move them on the other side of the belt. So if we take a look at walls, we're gonna produce 1 wall at 0.5 seconds. So that is 2 walls per second from a single factory. And that is perfect. I don't like how the spacing was done, so I'm just gonna redo this. So basically there's gonna be an output inserter here. We're gonna get bricks. Now, when it comes to stone bricks, we're gonna need a whopping 10 stone bricks per second coming in. So I haven't done the math on this, but I will be using 3 inserters. And let's put down a lamp here. And this is gonna be where our bricks are gonna come in. So let's quickly run all the way down here. I think it needs to come off like this. And drag Yep, perfect. And just like that, we have 2 out of the 3 ingredients. Now the only thing we need is 1 piercing round magazines per second. So the reason why I'm putting down 4 assembling machine here is because we're gonna produce one. The recipe is 1 piercing round magazine per 3 seconds, so we need 3 of these. And these require copper plate, steel plate, and 1 firearm magazine. And 1 assembly machine, it's exactly enough to cover 3 of these assembly machines. And this only requires iron plates. That's 4 iron plates per second, so I'm gonna be using 2 inserters here. I am gonna actually take off the side of the belt here because this is going to act as our output lane for firearm magazines. So a regular inserter here is more than enough. Regular inserters for the output of piercing magazines is again more than enough. And we are gonna have another belt coming through over here, which is gonna give us copper plates and steel plates. Now we are gonna be using 15 5 copper plates per second, 1 steel plate per second. So 1 belt, 1 side of the belt should be more than enough, but we do need to use fast inserters here. And we are gonna use long-handed inserters on the other side to grab the firearm magazines. So let's bring, this is why we've kept an extra lane of iron here. So that's iron. We do need over here copper and steel. So copper is gonna come from here. And we're gonna get steel flowing through here. And this is our steel lane. And there we have it. Let's, something's off here. Yeah, this is 1 lane over, so this needs to be like this. I'm almost out of belt, so we'll need to go fetch a bit more belt at some point very soon. I'm gonna keep running this sulfur line, although I don't think there's anything we actually need from that sulfur line, although I might be mistaken. We'll see. And well, we can see that our copper consumption has skyrocketed, and our lanes are looking very thin right now. Our electronic circuit assembly machines are running very low on copper, but that's something that we'll need to address at a later point in time. But for now, we should I keep forgetting to place a radar here. We should always have radars in our factories so we can see what's happening. I just want to make sure that we're actually producing science packs, military science packs, that is. And we are producing, they should start coming. Yeah, we can see them in our labs now, so we can start researching military science as well. I'm a bit surprised that our coal production is this low. It shouldn't be this low. I'm gonna quickly go and see what's happening to our power plant, because it shouldn't be struggling with power right now, but I see that some of the boilers are actually running low. And also we're consuming almost the entirety of our belt. And we can see that 1, 2, 3, 3 on this side and 8 on this side. Boilers are running out of water. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna repair this first. I think I picked up a damaged wall. Let's repair this one as well before we pick them up. And I'm gonna build another offshore pump. Can I place it here? Yeah, I can place it here. I'm very low on pipes, but should be okay. And I think that this is gonna give us, yeah, this will give us enough water throughput to feed all of our boilers. And in turn, this should produce enough electricity for all of our steam engines. Let me make sure that we have the proper ratio. So we have 80 steam engines, we have 40 boilers, and a steam engine is gonna produce just a bit below 1 kilowatt, 1 megawatt. So we should have 80 megawatts of power available to us as long as our coal line can actually supply everything. So that being said, what I'm actually gonna do here, we're still gonna keep the input priority, but I'm gonna upgrade this to be a red belt all the way to where we split off for the main bus. Let's set up some shortcuts on the quick bar as well. And well, if I manage to upgrade everything, this should now give us, oh yeah, that's why we're low on coal, on copper plates, because we do not have any coal delivered to our smelting array. But now hopefully we should be seeing a full belt of coal flowing into our main bus, and this should be permanently full. I'm thinking if we shouldn't go and drag another coal line here, although I don't think we're using that much coal. Let's quickly check. So let's go on a 10-minute interval. We are actually consuming more coal than we're producing, and it's just gonna increase here. So it might be a good idea to start getting another belt of coal in our base. But let's see how that goes. For now, I actually want to go down here and tap into this oil patch as well. So I'm gonna make sure that I have enough oil. Yeah, we need one more pump jack. And we need to get a lot of pipe to ground and pipes. Also, we need a radar and we need a few defenses. I do have turrets, so that's good. Let me see if we're missing anything. We'll need to drag power over there. So just gonna build a few more power poles. And oh yeah, I do want to grab a few more grenades. I should still have a few grenades here. Let me just grab a couple of stacks of steel as well, because I believe I was completely out of steel. That should be enough grenades for now. We're fully tapping this research patch now. This belt is running at full speed as well. So that's, yeah, will definitely need to go and get another belt of coal in, because if coal production dies, our entire base dies. So let's get power, and I'm gonna actually try to do this. I have failed in the past quite a few times, but I'm gonna try again. It's not gonna be a nice straight line, but I'm gonna try to do my best. I'm gonna need to go around the shoreline here, and we're actually out of power poles. While we're waiting for power poles to build, let's start by pushing this. We do have some fish around. There's quite a few biters here. And the way I do this is, you see me moving side to side. I don't know if I've explained this in one of my previous episodes, but by moving side to side really quick like this, the worms will try to predict my movement, so they'll never actually shoot where I'm at. And as you can see, they're always shooting either far to the left or to the right, but never where I'm actually at, so I can just basically stand still and throw grenades. Which is, well, a pretty interesting mechanic. Not that hard to pull off, but that basically renders most of the worms, at least most of the small worms, useless. It's not a foolproof solution. Sometimes they will actually hit you, and that's why it's not a good solution into the big worms, because if even one of the projectiles from the big worms hit you, well, let's just say that's gonna be problematic. So that is 5 5 pump jacks. Let's quickly connect them together. Did I not pick up pipes? I haven't picked up pipes. So I knew that I had to pick up something from the starter base. I just went and picked up steel, and I was sure I was missing something, but I couldn't think what exactly. Well, now we know. And maneuvering through tight spaces with a car is almost impossible without running into all sorts of things. But here we are. Oh, I can actually go a bit closer and pick pipes. Let's pick some. Yeah, let's pick some more regular pipes as well, and head back to our oil patch and drag that pipe back home. I actually hit that on the first attempt. That's impressive. Fortunately, having a car makes taking these trips a lot easier. So let's do this. Well, we now have power stations, so let's use them. As you can see, substations. The substations give us a lot of coverage. They do take up 4 spaces instead of just one, but I think it's a worthwhile trade-off. They have a huge coverage area and we can set up everything much easier. Let's do a pillbox here. Let's get walls as well. And ammo. I don't want to put too many bullets in there. Oh, there's actually an expansion base over here. Let's quickly take care of that as well because that's gonna be polluted in no time. That was a very quick one to take care of. And yeah, I don't think we're being close to polluting anything else. Let's head back to our oil patch. Oh, again, that's not what we came here to do. We actually need to drag back a pipe of oil, not just tap the patch and that's it. So let's do that. I've placed the pipes where I'm gonna connect, and now I'm just gonna connect all the pump jacks to the pipe system and start dragging a pipe back to our main base. So we're gonna have to walk this one out. You could theoretically, come on, use the carve to do this as well, but it's way more complicated. And car maneuverability, for me at least, it's still a pretty big challenge. Let's queue up a few researches, and I will want to queue up some military related researches. Let's get that one. Yeah, that's enough. Let's start heading up now. We'll have to do a few zigzags to get this pipe back into our base. Here. Really? Right over a tree? Let's go up again. And I'm thinking that once we get this pipe into our storage tanks, then connected to our oil processing facility, we can start looking at getting another coal belt into our. We managed to hit the exact same place where we have our pipe. Let me see how the forests look like. I want to avoid dragging a pipe through the forest as well, it's far from ideal, so I don't see that happening. There's dense forests everywhere. So I'm just gonna go straight up here and then go right, take a right at the coal patch. I am sorry, Forest, but you are in the way. Forests are not all that relevant in default settings, Factorio. When we have to deal with biters, they become way more important because one other thing that trees do is absorb pollution, which means that the biter nests are not going to be receiving as much pollution as they would normally would, which in turn means they will be attacking not as often. So we really want, I am thinking of doing a Death World playthrough fairly soon. And in that playthrough, we are gonna need to manage and be way more conscious of the effects of pollution. So let's put a pump here. And I do want to put another pump here, but I do not actually have any engines on me. It's probably faster to just produce one on the spot. There we go. So while the engine is building, I think it's we can talk a bit about the plans for the next episode because we're very close to time on this one. The next thing that I'm gonna immediately do is bring another line of coal from this patch and probably patch it somewhere around here so that we have the bottom one dedicated for the power plant, and the new one is gonna come just in here and make sure that we have a full line of coal running to our grenades and to our smelters. We're still gonna prioritize this lane, the old lane, and after we have that set up, we can start looking at expanding our copper production actually, because even with this array fully running, we're still not producing nearly enough copper as we would normally want. Like we can see that our green circuit production is barely a production, if I could say so. So we're gonna be upgrading this to a red belt array. We are already fully tapping this one, so we'll need to go to our next copper patch, sorry. And yeah, that's probably gonna be the focus for the next episode. Until then, our pump has just completed. So let's start by putting this one in. This should give us a bit more oil production. Although our petroleum storage tank is full, which means that we're just gonna stockpile oil for now because copper is our bottleneck currently. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and I'll see you here next time.